welcome back to The Outsider's Perspective. My name is Ollie, and I got more bread for you. Today's little nugget comes to us from the Gospel of Thomas once again, and it goes like this. The disciples said to Jesus, "Tell us, how will our end come?" Jesus said, "Have you found the beginning then, that you are looking for the end? You see, the end will be where the beginning is. Congratulations to the one who stands at the beginning. That one will know the end and will not taste death." Yes, the Gospel of Zen Jesus providing another cryptic little piece. For me, this one speaks to the cyclical nature of time. Like Jesus, I believe that the beginning is where the end is. In other words, I don't believe that there is a beginning or an end. I believe that everything happens in cycles. And to me, it seems quite logical. I look around at nature. I look around at human existence. I look around at things on Earth and things beyond Earth. And all I see are cycles. Stars forming, burning through their fuel, imploding and seeding more matter into the universe. Stars die and worlds are born. And on those worlds, the worlds that are located in the right places, the stardust yields even more marvelous creations. Animals and bacteria and birds and people. So for me, the end is the beginning and the beginning is the end. There is no distinction between the two because we're dealing with a circle. So what happens to you mentally when you believe that the beginning is the end? And how does this impact the way that you look at life and all the things that come with it? Jesus tells us right here in this passage when he says, "Congratulations to the one who has found the beginning," or who stands at the beginning. That one will know the end and will not taste death. Now, is Jesus saying that if you have come to the realization that things are cyclical, if you have come to the belief that the beginning is the end, you will live forever? Is he saying that you're going to be immortal if you believe this, or if you find the beginning or stand at the beginning? I don't believe that that's what he's saying. He is saying you will not taste death. He's not saying that you will continue to live forever. He's saying you will not taste death. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, doesn't that mean that you're going to continue to live? Well, no. I again believe that the Gospel of Thomas refers to inner realities and inner truths, and what he is saying in my mind, or according to my personal opinion, is that the person who realizes and understands and grasps the fundamental cyclical nature of things is not going to taste death mentally or psychologically. That person isn't going to fear death, and that person isn't going to dread its inevitable arrival. And so freedom from that fear is huge. I mean, I don't think many people acknowledge how much fear of death and dread of our mortal state is a contributing factor to our suffering. So much of what we do is driven by this fear. So when you lose that fear and you no longer dread the coming of your own end, then you don't taste death, because you realize that death is not a thing, just like life is not a thing. The beginning is the end. Birth is the beginning, death is the end. According to this, you have nothing to fear from death, because death leads to birth. They're one and the same, or at least they are flip sides of a single coin. I haven't talked a lot about death in these videos or in other videos, but it's a topic that is quite prominent in my philosophy and in my belief system. I think I'm probably waiting until you like me a little bit more before I jump into it, because it's not always the most inspiring or joyful conversations when we talk about death. But I believe that a wholesome and functional philosophy of life begins by addressing the problem of death. And the way that I have found to address it is to understand that death is not a problem, and that it is synonymous or intrinsic to life. Everything that begins has an end, and everything that ends has a beginning. So, anyway, we'll talk more about that later. Until then, thanks for joining me, and live well, my friends.